Understandable. Understandable. Okay, this can go down. I need to go down to... We're going to VRML. I need to go to lock. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Echo Arena VRML Channel 2. That's right, this channel still exists. We still use it, and tonight we're going to be casting Vicious versus Redshift Esports. I am Psychaotic, and living up to my name, we decided to pick this matchup with about 5 minutes to spare. So shout out to H-Penny, who's running the cams tonight, making this cast happen. But as I mentioned, this is going to be an Electric Master matchup here this evening. We're going to see Redshift Esports versus Vicious. It's going to be a one and done, but this is sure to be a good match. And H-Penny, do you have that ping ready, or should I get it together? All right, H-Penny's on it because H-Penny is just amazing. We love H-Penny. But yes, this is going to be a great match, and I'm going to be honest, guys, I haven't solo casted in a long time, so we're just going to chill. It's Channel 2. Hi, hello, Mosky stopping in, Matthew Dash, Ludicus. Fantastic to have you guys. But this is going to be a good time, guys. We're gonna vibe a little bit. So let's talk about these teams, right? So we got Redshift Esports, who, you know, has been in and around the league for a long time under, you know, different rosters every season, but hey, they got the name brand and they're keeping it coming here in season 7, this time represented by Swagwar, Jay Franzel, The Law, and Single Shot. And of note, they actually won a big upset the other night against Instinct. It went to 3 rounds and OT. What a match there. But also, you know, we got to shout out Vicious. I think this is their first match of the season. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. We did not see them play in the Master Qualifier because guess what? They auto-qualified. You know, funny how that works when you go all the way to grand finals the previous season. Don't change your roster. They didn't have to play in the tournament. So now we are seeing them in season 7 for, I think, the first time. Or if they've already played and I didn't know, my bad. But it's fine. It's all good. It's a chill cast this evening. We should be getting these teams all readied up in just a minute here, and I hope they do because I have Friday night plans after this. No, I'm kidding. But yes, I hope they ready up in just a moment. But how are you guys doing this evening? I haven't had the opportunity to interact with chat on a VRML stream in so long. How are we doing tonight, guys? All right. Looks like we have the ready ups coming through. They're going to get this party started for us tonight. So, you know what that means. With the disc in the middle and the stacks in the tubes, we are getting ready to kick this one off. Round 1 of Redshift Esports taking on Vicious starts right here, right now. And that first touch is going to go to Vicious. Oh my goodness, coming out strong with that headbutt. They're going to send this one down. Oh, Zach W in the area just accidentally grabbed the Geo instead of the disc. It all works out though, because the teammate gets there first. They'll send this one back to Sweet Tooth on the back line, cautiously making his way forward. Oh my goodness, so much space to work with, connecting with Zach W on the floor, driving that one in for the first 2 points of this match here for Vicious. 12, 11, 10, good stuff there. So, I mean, quite a start for them. A 17-second goal time is nothing to scoff at here, but here comes Redshift with their first Joust advantage. Let's see how it goes. It's going to be single shot as the QB, and he will send this one over to the Law at the Pac-Man, drawing out that stack pressure before taking it low. Stack still on him, forcing this pass forward. Will connect here with J-Franz in the mid, and doing some moves to keep away from that pressure before resetting back to single shot. Single shot, though, looking to send this one back, finding Swag in the mid once again. Swag, we're sending this one high and forward to the Law. Law with an open goalie, don't miss those. There we go. 24-second goal time for Redshift to find their answer, and now they have a 1-point lead over in Vicious. I know what teams I'm casting. It's all good. Hello, Porky the Pork. Hello, the Cherish Ball. Hello, Hollis. First time chatter. Welcome to the channel. But here we go. It's going to be Vicious looking to answer back up into the hands of Zach W. He'll send this one over to Matthew. Matthew, with plenty of time and space to work with here in the trap, sends this one forward, connecting with Sweet Tooth on the ceiling. Sweet Tooth, oh, I don't know if he got a bad push off ceiling or what, but either way, reset back to Matthew is good. Now forward to Palace. Palace looking to drive this one in, but no, J-Franz with the steal, and then stolen back here by Vicious, but they're not able to capitalize just yet. Instead, bouncing out of the bubble and into the hands of Sweet Tooth. Now forward to Matthew. Matthew, though, stunned out by the Law. The Law sends this one all the way through the tunnel. We should see a stack race here. It looks like, yes, Vicious is going to be home first. Zach W narrowly keeping that one away from the incoming pressure before sending it to Sweet Tooth. We'll see Sweet and Matthew pre-stacked here in the mid together. Sweet Tooth just slings this one forward, connecting with Palace. Palace, oh, taking a bold shot there with the goalie home, or maybe a completely intended pass. I did not see Zach W up there, but either way, the defense is going to force a turnover here. That's Swag War sending this one away, and I need water. Guys, solo casting is hard. All right, here we go. The Law sending this one, oh my goodness, almost all the way in. That's going to bounce off of the shield and into the hands of the Vicious players. They'll send it back where it came from, and that is Matthew lining up the shot. Return fire with the 3. It's going to get Vicious up now 5-3, but that goal took a little longer. You know, minute and 12 seconds to find that one, but an answer's an answer, and there we go. Vicious will have it up by 2, but still plenty of time left to go. Let's see how Redshift plans to answer back to that one. It is going to start with the QB from single shot. Oh, a bit slow to get out of the tubes, and it's going to lead to a great defensive read there for Vicious. Sweet Tooth with a narrow miss, going to go off of the ding ring. Let's see who's going to recover first. Sweet Tooth getting the hand on it, but gets stunned out. Instead, picked up by J-Franz. He'll sling this one forward into the bubble, but the stack is already together here for Vicious. However, they're not going to find a clear. Swag War gets a good read there, stuns the intended recipient, and forces this turnover. Now to single, now to Law. Law maybe looking to dance his way into the bubble. One more pass to J-Franz on the back wall, and has to do some moves to open up that lane, but it will work out. He will get the 2, and he will tie this one up at 5-5. Ludicrous, governors are no longer a thing. We have mod leads now, which is pretty cool, and hello, Skewer Man. All right, let's see how Vicious answers back to that. Tied 5-5, which is not how the connoisseur votes were going. If you guys took a look at those, this was supposed to be heavily in favor of Vicious, but so far, Redshift putting up a fantastic fight as they look to force another turnover. Swag War getting the stun there on Matthew, gets there first. He'll send this one through the mid with a stack together, or, well, they're broken apart, but the Law is there first with an open goal. Oh, barely going to miss that one as it goes off the ding ring, out of the bubble, and eventually picked up by Palace for Vicious, but this stack for Redshift already together. No, they overshoot. Sweet Tooth Tooth there first, driving into the bubble, finds the hands of the law, and then picked up by single shot, so it all works out. And it's going to be Redshift Esports clearing this one all the way through the tunnel, bouncing just outside of the vicious bubble, picked up by Zach W. Swagwar getting the stun. Excellent work there, but puts it off of the ding ring. How unfortunate. An incredible opportunity, but Vicious not going to let that one into their goal. Instead, they send this one all the way down to the Redshift bubble, and what a reverse there from Vicious. What should have been a certain goal just turned into a three-pointer for Vicious. They are now up 8-5. Water. All right. Awesome stuff so far, but here comes Redshift looking to answer back. You know what? Things happen. As long as they shake it off here and now, maybe make something happen on this drive. Oh no, as I say that, Sweet Tooth determined to not let that happen. Working his way into the bubble, and he'll convert it for the 2. Excellent defense there from Vicious as they now find themselves up 10-5. Still plenty of time to go, though. Oh my goodness, we are barely halfway through this round. That felt like forever, I'm gonna be honest, but still plenty of time. Let's see how Redshift plans to answer back to this one. A bit slow getting out of the tunnels once again, but it all works out. A single shot gets this one sent up to Swagwar high in the mid on the ceiling. Take this one upside down, looking for those lanes forward. Defense is lurking, forcing Swagwar to back on out before crossing it over to single shot. Single shot here now, taking just a second before sending it back over to Swag. Will push his way through the tunnel. No pressure just yet. Has a couple lanes open. Finally fires this one over to Jay Franzel. Jay Franzel looking to drive this one in and does so. Oh my goodness. Off of the head of someone there. I don't know who, but either way, points are points. That's in for the 2, and now we've got just a 3-point difference on our hands. Okay, so winding down, into the last third of this first round. Let's see how Vicious plans to answer back as Palace sends this one on through the tunnel. Gonna bounce though into the hands of Swagwar. Swagwar just looking to get rid of it under pressure. Gets this one sent up. Jay Frenzel, oh my goodness, getting a great leech there. Gonna have that open goal and he'll make it work. That 2-pointer is gonna get Redshift back within just 1 point. Excellent work there from Redshift. Quick to capitalize on that opportunity they created. And, shout out to Jay Frenzel working his way through the mid, rocketing up into the bubble and able to make it work. But Vicious still up by 1 and now has this joust advantage. This one's going to be up into the hands of Zach W. Quick relay on through is going to bounce into the hands of Sweet Tooth. He's under pressure, forcing this pass over to Matthew. Matthew with this quick reset to Palace, and Palace back over to Zach W. Working his way into the bubble, trying to make it work. Draws all of the defense to him, which opens up the shot. In for the 2, and now Vicious finds themselves up 12-9. So up by 3 points, plenty of time left to go for Redshift. This does not need to be a 3. There's so much time left to go in this first round. Let's see what Redshift does with it here. It's going to be picked up by single shot. Single shot firing this one over across to Jay Franzel. Oh, defense coming out, but Jay Franz gets the stun on Zach W. Jay Franz still working his way forward. Fires low cross, connecting with the Law. Law on the floor, though, slowing this one down as he works his way up, but doesn't like what he sees, so he'll send it back to single shot with that reset. Single shot here, playing patiently up to the ceiling. Matthew playing defense, but still sneaks through to Swagwar. Swagwar coming down from the ceiling, looking for one more cut over to single shot, but he was too busy blocking, and that is going to be a clear through the tunnel. Bouncing off of the pack into the hands of Sweet Tooth. There is a goalie home, but he is driving in. One more pass to Zach W, and that's going to go in for the 2. Vicious once again finds themselves up by 5 points, and this time there's even less time for Redshift to answer back. There's going to be about a minute 35 left on the clock by the time these doors open. That is enough time for 2 scores, but Redshift really does not have time to waste here, and more points from Vicious would be huge. Going to be Jay Franzel handling this one before sending it through to Swagwar. Swagwar working his way forward. One pass option stunned out, so Swag will stall for just a moment here, trying to find a way to make this work. Connecting with single shot on the way in. I did not see him sneaking up from below to the shield and then to the goal. That's in for the 2. And now Redshift still finds themselves down by 3 points. And this time they're only going to have about a minute left, so they really need to keep an eye on the clock. If it gets to below around that 30-second mark, it's going to have to be a 3. But here comes Vicious. More points from them will end the round. Let's see if they can do it. Zach W handling this one, sends it low. Oh, going to try to connect with the stack and does so. It's Matthew working his way in. One more pass to Sweet Tooth on the back wall, and oh my goodness. That was Not pretty, but it happens. It happens. It's in for the 2-pointer, and it's going to get Vicious up by 5 points once again. There is still, I believe, technically time here for Redshift to make this work, but they've got no time to waste. They need almost an immediate goal here. Let's see if they can do it. Single shot just fires this one forward, connecting with the Law. The Law trying to open up this lane here, sending it over, but that pass is going to be intercepted by Zach W. And with that, there is not enough time for 2 scores. It is going to be Vicious taking this first round, but it's just going to be a matter of by how much. As Zach W fires this one in. Oh, Palace looking for the behind the back shot, but will not find it there. With that, Redshift takes possession. Jay Frenzel clears this one on through, connecting with Swag War. Open goal, just looking for some points for momentum. No! Off of the backboard and out of the bubble. That's not going to be on, and it's Vicious taking this round 16-11. Water break. All right, so we saw very back and forth play here, and as I mentioned, that is not what the votes were expecting here. I know we saw such a stellar performance from Redshift the other day as they took on Instinct, but I mean, Vicious is the runner-up from. I can speak, guys. Vicious is the number 2 team from last season. They lost to the Neighbors in the finals. This is one of the best teams in the league, and for Redshift to show up this strongly against them is nothing short of incredible, but also not unexpected looking at these rosters. You know, I mentioned that while Redshift has technically a new roster, these players are not new to the Master Tier. We know the names and likes of Swag War, Jay Frenzel, The Law, and Single Shot, but will it be enough here to turn it around in round 2 to send it to round 3? No, we'll find out. But taking a quick look at the stats here, points leader is Zach W with 9 to his name in just 1 round. Meanwhile, Sweet Tooth and Swag War putting in the work in the midfield, 3 assists each, and Swag also leading that saves column with 2 to his name. But overall, on the team stats, this is almost dead even. I mean, saves is in favor of Redshift right now, but almost everything else is 50-50. So here we go into round 2. Redshift needs to win this round to send it to a round 3, or Vicious is looking to go home in 10 minutes. Let's see what happens. Swag War getting the first possession here off of the joust. And we'll take this one down to the floor, drawing out that pressure before sending it up to Single Shot on the wall. Single working his way into the bubble. No, denied by Zach W. What a grab there. Quick pass up to Matthew. Quick clear through the mid. Oh, no, actually, it's not going to make its way through. Gonna need a little help from Sweet Tooth, who will send this one all the way in off of the back wall into the hands of Zach W., who's gonna kick this round outright for Vicious, putting the first 2 points on the board. 12, 11, 10, good stuff there. But, I mean, with that, Vicious now up by 2, starting this round outright. Let's see how Redshift can answer back, because as I mentioned, you know, they need this round if they want to go to round 3. This one's going to be picked up by Single Shot. Oh my goodness, intense stack pressure we're seeing right now from Vicious, but Redshift still staying alive with this possession, works their way down the arena. Law will take this one low to the floor, working his way forward before looking to connect there with a teammate, but it's intercepted by Palace. What a defensive read. He gets this one cleared all the way down into the Redshift zone, bouncing high up into the hands of Sweet Tooth. Quick pass over to Palace, and that's all she wrote. Vicious gonna find another 2 points off of that volley, going up by 4. Good work there from Vicious. I mean, you can tell they want to be done in 8 minutes. They want to go home and go enjoy their Fridays. They do not want a round 3, but that's what Redshift is fighting for. Single Shot pushing off the nest to keep it away from that stack pressure, sends it to the Law. Law doing some moves here on the popcorn, trying to open up something as he works his way through the tunnel. Oh, doing some moves there before finding Jay Frenzel cross. Jay Franz, though, under that same pressure now, trying to shake off Sweet Tooth. Oh, gets rid of it, and it bounces right into the hands of Single Shot, so it all works out. Single will send it back, though, to Jay Franzel. Jay Franz trying to work his way forward, but cannot get through Palace, who gets that stun. And Matthew gets a slap forward, now relayed up to the waiting stack. They're going to send this one all the way through, bouncing around into the hands of Sweet Tooth, who wisely chooses to reset and slow this one down for Vicious, but Zach W now up to Palace. Palace over to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth looking for more points off of the backboard, and he'll find it. Another 2 points on the board here for Vicious as they go up 6-0. 12, 11, 10, 9. Excellent work that we are seeing from Vicious. And, you know, while Redshift has the right ideas, we're seeing some fantastic stuff from them as they get their way through the mid. They just have not been able to work it into the bubble. This Vicious defense has been well, vicious for the lack of a better term, and unforgiving of any minor mistakes. But it is still doable. Still 7 minutes left, only down by 6 points. That is a mere 2 goals, or even 3 if they make it twos, and that they still have time for that too. But now Swag, we're dancing around in the mid here, tries to find a way to get through Palace. Finally fires this one low, but it's going to be too far in front of the intended recipient. Instead, bouncing into the hands of Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth trying to find this clear here, will not be able to do so as it bounces into the hands of the Law instead. Law under pressure, fires this one back, finding Swag. Swag under that same pressure, gets it to single. Now down low to the Law once again. Law on the floor, incoming stack pressure is going to force this reset. There it is. Back now to Swag War. And this is what I'm talking about, that vicious stack pressure where even if they can't directly intercept it, they've been forcing bad passes that they've been able to take advantage of and capitalize on. But as I say that, I have Caster's Cursed Vicious, and Redshift will find their first 2 points of the round, courtesy of the Law.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
All right, good stuff. They are within just 4 points, just 2 goals. Let's see if they can keep it going or if Vicious will find more points on the board. This one's going to be Palace, sending it over to Zach W. That stack is waiting. They get the leech there on Palace, means they're going to get there first if they can read. Oh, stuns going on in their own bubble. Law barely getting there in time before trying to hit the clear, but it's going to find the hands of Zach W instead for Vicious. We'll slow this one down at the station before sending it over to Matthew. Matthew? Happy to wait here. I mean, they're up by 4 points. They don't have to push unless they want to. So Matthew will wait a second before making his way forward. Goes for that low pass over to Palace. Now working his way into the bubble, crossing, connecting with Zach. Now back to Palace, but intercepted by the Law. Oh, but he doesn't get rid of it in time as Sweet Tooth gets the grab. He'll send this one over to Matthew. Matthew now slowing this one down once again for Vicious. They're going to have another go at it, but not until Matthew says they're ready. There we go. Finally drawing out that pressure before sending it to Palace. Palace off the backboard. What a shot there. Excellent placement going into the lower portion of the goal, in for the 2. Vicious is going to go up by 6 once again.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Water. Guys, I haven't solo casted in so long. This is so hard. All right, here we go though. Redshift, half the round remaining, only down by 6 points. We have seen these players come back from more than that in less time. Let's see if they can do it here though, as they've made their way through the mid. Swag War handling this one before sending it through, connecting with the Law on his way into the bubble. Needs one more pass, finds it in the form of Jay Franzel, slamming that one in for the 2. It's going to get Redshift back within just 4 points. Thank you, lulz.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
Good stuff there. So Redshift still refusing to let this one get away from them. They've got it back within 4 points. That is just 2 goals, and there's still so much time to go. But here comes Vicious, and they have had a pretty good conversion rate on their joust advantages so far. Zach makes his way through the tunnel. Actually, no pressure just yet. He has passed the tunnel almost to just outside bubble before hitting this reset back to Palace. Palace now taking going for this little lob over to Sweet Tooth, and it will connect off the bounce, but force Sweet Tooth back to the mid. No problem though. Now back to Palace on the floor. Palace now up high, connecting with Zach W, looking for it, but he's gonna find the head of single shot instead. Recovered by Sweet Tooth, but not for long. He loses the hand on it, but Matthew is there to get the grab. Now back forward to Palace. Palace a bit stranded here. Finds Zach W for that relief pass. And Zach will try to work this one forward. No under pressure, forces this pass back over to Matthew. I love the patience and discipline we are seeing right now from Vicious. They know they're up, and even if it's just a 4-point lead, they are happy to play full clock meta here, back and forth in the mid until they get that defense to push. But now finally to Matthew. He'll get through Jay Franzel before sending this one back over. Zach W on his way in, looking for one more pass to Sweet Tooth on the backboard, but it's not going to go as planned. Instead, recovered by Matthew, who sends it into the bubble, but single shot is ready for that one. He'll clear it through, but Vicious already had the stack together, so they get there first. Palace now back to Matthew, just in front of the tunnel, trying to find these lanes. Fires it, crossing, connecting with Zach W, working their way into the bubble now, finding Palace on the floor, but what a read from the Law. Law in pursuit will get this one sent on through the tunnel, and it's looking good. Bouncing off of the shoulder to the wall. Who's going to be there first? Sweet Tooth getting the slap, but then to single, but then the stack is on him, getting the stun, and finally Palace getting a hand on it, sends this one all the way through. But Redshift has that stack together. A taste of their own medicine there. Swag War looks to send this one back up to single shot, taking a bad bounce there into the hands of Zach W. Zach just flings this one up into the bubble. This is going to be a 50. Sweet Tooth gets the first touch, but it's not to the goal. Instead, it's to the wall, bouncing into the hands of single shot. He will go for this bounce reset back now, connecting with Swag War. 2.5 minutes remaining. This is good patience that we're seeing from Redshift here, but I mean, do they, they got to keep an eye on the clock, All right, Swag War now sending this one up. Oh, looking to connect with Jay Franzel, but he is under pressure. That forces it all the way through. Sweet Tooth going to be in the area first, getting the recollection. He'll send this one up to Matthew now. Matthew working his way forward. No pressure just yet. Sends this one all the way through. Sweet Tooth with speed is going to overshoot, though. Instead, the Law will be there first. Law sends this one over to Single Shot. Single, oh my goodness, sending this one crossing, connecting with Jay Franzel. Jay Franz, though, has all of the pressure coming at him, so we'll send this reset back to the Law wisely. But now Redshift working their way forward, looking for an opportunity here, but this vicious defense has been relentless. That is another turnover that Stack has forced. Palace sends this one all the way through the mid, stacking with Sweet Tooth. Open goal. That's gonna do it. Another 3 points on the board here for Vicious. They'll go up 11-4, and with not much time remaining for Redshift at all.
9, 8, 7.
No Zero. Unfortunately, this is going to be the only match on the channel for this evening, but if the channel one, it might be still going. I don't know what they got going on next. And hello, Creason. All right, Single Shot sends this one over to Jay Franzel, but Zach W with the reads, gets the stun, gets the steal, gets the shot, but it's not going to be into the hands of the Law, but he's stunned out, picked up by, neither Matthew nor Palace off the head of the teammate there. How unfortunate, but they make it work. All good, back to Sweet Tooth, and now Low connecting with Palace on the floor. He'll send this one up high, finding Zach, and Zach for the quick reset back to Sweet Tooth. I love this patience we're seeing from Vicious. They are happy to run all of the time off the clock that they can, finally finding the opportunity they like, and that's going to be Matthew driving in the 2-pointer, deciding this game in favor of Vicious. They're going to go up 13-4, and I'm sorry, there's just no way to score three-pointers in 45 seconds, but hey, can still get some points on the board. Redshift will keep fighting. Let's see what they can do with what might be the final joust advantage of the round. Single Shot picks this one up. Is going to send this one through the tube, connecting with the Law. Under pressure here from Vicious, finds that relief pass over to Jay Franzel. Jay Franz in the tunnel, drawing out Zach W. Looking for something here. Zach all over him, finally forcing this pass up to Swag War. Swag now with a little time and space to work with. Defense jumps and gets the stun, forces the bad pass that Sweet Tooth is able to slap out of the bubble. This is going to bounce around just outside the tunnel, up high and into the hands of Swag War. One last push here for Redshift as Swag War sends this one into the bubble, but it's going to be recovered by Sweet Tooth. And with that final clear from Sweet Tooth, bouncing it through the tunnel, that's gonna do it. Vicious will take this game in 2 rounds, 13-4 in this second one. Excellent, excellent work from them. Good fight all around. Alrighty, so, I mean, well, if I can get my stats to come up, that would be cool. There we go. Yes, taking a quick look at these stats here, I mean, all around, all of these players fighting for it, but in the end, it was Vicious taking it. At the half, I took a look at the team stats, and they were almost dead even, but now, looking at it, it is, man, I'm struggling. I can't get stats up. Hey, guys, there's some really cool numbers. You should read it and interpret it and pretend that I gave a really good analysis, okay? Cool. But that is going to be our last match of the evening on this channel. It was a one and done between Redshift and Vicious, so thank you guys for stopping by here. It was a fun match. I think channel 1 is still going, so we might send the raid over there. Go watch those matches. They're sure to also be a good time. Shout out to H Penny. Guys, this match would not have happened. H Penny, like 10 minutes beforehand, was like, yeah, I can cam. So thank you to him too. Thank you all you stopping by. Thank you to these teams for playing and looking at their pings in time. But that's going to do it for this channel. So until next time, I have been Psychaotic. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're underway. Steal.
Season 7 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Arma.gg, Kiwi Design, Downpour Interactive, and VRware.net.